Do you ever just open up Google Maps and scroll to a random place in Russian Siberia and just think, what am I doing with my life? Maybe not, but I do. My name is Mickey and I specialize in building Mapbox maps for real estate companies. And today I'm going to talk about the difference between Mapbox and Google Maps. We're going to compare and contrast the strengths and weaknesses of both applications. First stop is customization. Now, with Mapbox, they have Mapbox Studio, which is an extremely well supported studio which allows you to edit and style your map directly inside your web browser. And not only that, it has a large amount of support for styling data sets and not just items or features on the map that are already present. So this allows you to really customize your map exactly how you want it to be and add things in to the map style directly rather than having to do it on a web page or in your SDK. When it comes to styling with Google Maps, you can still accomplish similar things that you can with Mapbox Studio. However, the design and the layout of the UI is a little bit more janky than Mapbox Studio. And oftentimes I've found myself trying to figure out where things are and having difficulty actually navigating around to edit styles and place in data sets, rather than with Mapbox Studio, everything is a lot more concise and clean. However, Google Maps does offer very good documentation on how to use the Google Cloud Console when changing and updating your map styles. And also it's a little bit more beginner friendly and the learning curve isn't so high. Now let's look at the data and services each platform offers. Mapbox has a really strong case for its data visualization. I can't say that properly. Data visualization capabilities. It's also ideal for geospatial data analysis and also custom-made applications because there's a lot of leniency and range with what you can do despite there being a larger learning curve. Google Maps, on the other hand, really excels in geolocation services and also showing information about places on the map. Whereas if you go to Mapbox and you will search a place like, let's say, a Starbucks, a local one nearby, or an airport, you find the location, find the labels, but you actually can't get user reviews or places nearby to stay at hotels, and doesn't have the geolocation sort of capabilities and extra data that Google Maps brings to the table with all of its user reviews and extras that comes with that package. This makes Google Maps the go-to choice for applications which require rich location-based data. Right, let's dive into pricing. This is probably why a lot of you are here, and I'm going to give you a very, very clean breakdown of how pricing in both applications work. So first, we're going to max out the amount of usage you can get for free on both platforms, and we're going to compare them. And then we're also going to give each platform $2,000 worth of credit, equally distribute them across a certain amount of fields, and we're going to then also compare how much volume you can get. Now, for both the free and the $2,000 budget, we're going to be equally distributing everything between the JavaScript API for map loads, the address autofill, the map SDKs or software development kits for mobile, and the geocoding API. Now there are a lot more different aspects to pricing for both platforms than just this, but I've taken some of the main ones that I actually use myself, and we're going to use them as they're quite common. Now with Mapbox, you can get up to 50,000 JavaScript API map loads for free. The geocoding API gives you 100,000 requests per month for free. And for address autofill, you can get 1,000 sessions free each month. And so a session is not a single request. A single request is it gets sent off to the server and then it comes back to the front end. Whereas a session is a certain amount of time. And for the map software development kits on mobile, you can have up to 25,000 users. So with Google Maps, if we have our $200 free credit, we're going to allocate $50 of this free credit to each field, and then we can then compare that to the Mapbox results. So first off, we have the JavaScript API map loads with 7,143 loads, with the address autofill with 2,941 requests, map software development kits for mobile coming in at 7,100 requests, and the geocoding API coming in at 10,000 requests. Now to make this really simple, we're going to add up all the requests on each field and then compare the total result, as that will just dictate how much volume we can get out of each service. Now for Mapbox, we're coming in with 176,000 requests for the free tier, which is a lot. It is really good value, and compared to the Google Maps result of 27,200, it really soars above what you can get for your free usage. In fact, it's 6 times better in volume than Google Maps. Now, for the $2,000 pricing side of things, we're going to allocate $500 to each service, each field in Mapbox. However, in Google Maps, we're going to allocate them $2,200 because we're going to include the Mapbox free results as well. So that way, Google Maps is going to have $550 per field, and we'll be able to compare $2,000 of allocated money as well as maxed out free results. And for Mapbox, JavaScript API map loads come in at 163,000 loads. We have an address autofill of 45,000 sessions. We have software development kits for mobile, which is 156,000 users. And we have the geocoding API at 830,000 requests. Now for Google Maps, we have the JavaScript API coming in at 79,000 loads. We have the address autofill, which is coming in at 217,000 requests. We have the Map software development kits for mobile coming in at 79,000 requests, and the geocoding API coming at 111,000 requests. So when we compare these two, you'll find that with our Mapbox coming in at 1.2 million requests versus the Google Maps result of 486,000 requests, we can deduce that Mapbox is approximately 2.5 times better in terms of volume. And in fact, going further than that, the price reduction per 1,000 requests in Mapbox becomes smaller exponentially as you grow, and then you can contact sales from there. Whereas with Google Maps, you just have a certain number of requests until you can contact sales for a price reduction because of your volume of requests. So, which mapping service should you choose? Well, it all comes down to what are your needs. If you need high data visualization capabilities and you want something a little bit cheaper, then Mapbox is probably the one for you. However, if you're building an app that requires really rich location-based data, user reviews, traffic updates, all these different aspects that Google has a hold over Mapbox on, then I would suggest going with Google. A side note being, if you don't actually care about data visualization or location-based data, it doesn't really matter, but the cheaper option will be Mapbox. Myself personally, I stick with Mapbox, and I will till the end, mainly because of Mapbox Studio and also their cheaper and more flexible pricing. Now I hope this helped you make a decision based on what mapping service you will be choosing. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next one.